Hi everyone, this is Kat of KatalystHolistic Life Coaching, bringing your life in alignment with you. I am here today, happy Friday, May 22nd, to do your reading for this new moon in Gemini. So we just moved into Gemini season on the 20th. We also shifted our north node to Gemini. Venus just went retrograde in Gemini. So we've got a lot going on in the Gemini area. And here fairly soon, Mercury will be joining up in Gemini and retrograding in Gemini season as well. So Gemini is kind of on the forefront a lot right now, and we have all this other retrograde energy going on as well over the next few months. So even though this is a period of turning inward, we're also just kind of collectively shifting into this more forward-thinking, social, fast-moving energy that's just kind of really like expansive, because the north and the south node are shifting. Also after this new moon, we move into eclipse season, and the eclipses are going to be on the Gemini Sagittarius axis. So Gemini is very much in the mind, kind of more personal, whereas Sagittarius is also in the mind, but it's much more expansive, like broader knowledge, and that's kind of in the south node area. So this is the communication. We have the new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. Mercury, forward movement, technology, all of these things where we're actually starting to speak more of our truth. And as I was meditating with the cards today, I really felt that kind of shift into more wonderment. Like I was seeing the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights, and things kind of like snow melting, green really coming forward. That's happening kind of all over the Northern Hemisphere right now. And so it really felt like this more, I felt wonderment and excitement. So just acknowledging what's around us and seeing more of the magic in, I don't want to say the mundane, but seeing more magic in the things that are normal to us, feeling more of a playful energy. That's Gemini to a T. And it's also this double-sidedness of perspective. So we could just be shifting and looking at things in a different way than we have before. So if you're tuning in for this, wherever you're at, this is going to be energy for the next month until the next new moon. There will be some climax point once we hit the full moon, and then we'll kind of release whatever we learned in this cycle. So this week I have messages from the Wild Unknown Tarot. We have our moon cards, and then we have a goddess or divine feminine guide. So whenever you come to this, it is exactly what you need to hear at this point in time. And it may or may not resonate with you. Just be open to the energies. Again, this is for a full month, so it may not really manifest or come into your field till at a later time. So taking a moment to take a deep breath and ground your energies, and just be open to receiving. Okay, so I like to start with the tarot to see what the general overall message of this moon will be. And we actually have 3 cards today. So we'll start with, we have the Sun of Cups in the reverse. So this I see as a sort of, I've been seeing swans a lot too, where this is kind of a deep dive into more self-love and really kind of delving more into our heart, giving our heart to ourselves instead of outwardly giving it. We're now looking at more of the what we have to offer. There's a lot going on here in this cup. And normally this is kind of like a passionate like offer of love, but I see it as in the reverse, like we're going deeper to find this love of all things again. We're finding what this new perspective is. We have this new energy come up, this new moon, and we have this chance for a new offering. Something really, really deep love. And then we have the Son of Swords. So, 2 knights. One is really inward, and then this one is just like really forward, fast movement. So we could have that sudden shift, that sudden change, really throwing ourselves forward into something like we may be really excited. But this is also truth and clarity. This can also be, what's the word I'm looking for? Persistence. No, it's not exactly that word. I'll think of it as it comes up. It's escaping me right now. But impulsive, that's what it is. Impulsive, just really throwing ourselves out there. But this is a clarity coming through, which could be something happening from this retrograde energy. This could be mental clarity, because Gemini is an air sign, and this is the air element, the mental body. So we could be doing that deep dive of feeling more and then taking action. Okay. And then for our last one, we have the 3 of Cups. So coming together for celebration. Even though we're at this point in time where it's really hard to come together with everyone, we're still practicing social distancing. Things are slowly starting to open up. And so this seems like a really like calm celebration though. This doesn't necessarily have to be something really big, but it could be an internal like celebration. I also see this could be a personal celebration. There is this one kind of standing, and it seems like he is connecting with the others. So you could again be really like speaking from your heart and celebrating with those who accept you for who you really are. You're speaking your truth. This could be you kind of, some of what I'm hearing is cutting through the bullshit. You're no longer accepting anything less than your truth. You are just putting yourself out there, regardless of if it's, pointed or hurtful. Like Gemini is pretty forward and honest, even when it's hurtful. Sagittarius is as well. So this could be like finding your group, finding your tribe, celebrating where you're truly at. You've come really far on a journey, and now you're coming to this final place of peace and contentment. All right. So moving into the actual moon cards. So the first card represents what is rising up for the collective, and we have the full moon in Taurus. So your dreams need a practical plan. So we just moved out of Taurus, and that was more of like the practicality, taking that stance. So I feel like this is maybe saying like, hold on to that, what we've been working over the last month from the new moon, building a sort of practical idea on how to work things. But this could be a warning of to not be too impulsive with certain things that you're trying to move forward with. This could say that like this is going to take diligence and persistence. This isn't going to be something that you can just, cut corners with. I kind of see that with these 4 corners. You can't cut corners in this growth, in this new cycle. You've really got to kind of dig into those places. Like I really see kind of like shadows here, like everything kind of being integrated. So really finding all those aspects of yourself and really bringing them to light, not cutting corners. That's something I'm hearing. Okay, so second card is the main message of this new moon is we have the full moon, surrender to the divine. So yeah, surrendering. This is another card of non-action. This is really just sitting with the self. Not a lot of outside movement just yet. But surrendering, being at peace with what is, celebrating what you do have, and making moves where it seems practical, making forward movement where when you feel that pull, not trying to force things like this is forceful energy, but actually looking at things from both sides and not resisting, feeling more. We've had that been coming up for the last little bit. Okay. So then this last card represents the final outcome. So we have a new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. So yeah, that could be this. Giving your true heart space, giving your truth, your actual truth. Giving to yourself, not taking. I see that at play here where you could be really giving to yourself and trying to not be so action oriented. Like I'm seeing this kind of double-sided energy like with Gemini, where it's like we want to feel a lot, we want to surrender and really take that deep dive in understanding ourselves, but in certain areas we do want to be really forthcoming and really communicate our truth. And I'm just hearing this, being wary of like cutting corners or being too forceful, just really dictating from a place of love. Okay. All right, so moving into our goddess energy, or the goddess that can really help us align with this cycle, we have Hathor, receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So yeah, there is still a lot of this due to, I think, the retrograde and everything. We're still receiving more than taking action. I feel like even though we have this card, this really big action card, I feel like this is just a warning more so than anything, because this is more of the receptive card. This is more of taking in love and not being so fighting with your words. Maybe some of you are being really defensive. On one side, you're being, you're trying to force things to happen. That's something that's coming through. This could maybe be speaking to certain friend groups, maybe for some of you, learning how to communicate better with those around you, because we do have this kind of tribal brotherhood, sisterhood energy. And so because of taking this deep dive, we're having to learn to just receive more. And I think that's the message from this finding wonderment again, this seeing the light in everything, things are starting to renew. I think that's part of that surrender as well. Seeing the beauty in everything. Not trying to force your way through, but accepting the gifts that are coming to you, even though they may not initially be something that you thought you needed. This is something that's going to be nourishing for you so that you can be more giving. So I can see another play on this double-sidedness as well, where what comes next or the final outcome, we're needing to learn how to be more giving. And the only way we can do that is to receive. We need to kind of break down these walls of defensiveness, of being hurtful to each other, and we need to learn how to come together again. We're learning how to, my words, it's hard for me to come up with words right now. And it's again that like not trying to force it, but really feeling it. And so the feeling that I'm getting is that we're trying to learn how to come together again in a more supportive way from this past cycle. And we're needing to just kind of let go of these hurtful words, let go of this kind of coldness towards each other. And we need to learn to be more nurturing. And a lot of this fighting, this anger comes from a fear of loss. There's a lot of different bases of fear and anger for different things, and everybody's having it for different reasons. All of this is being triggered. And we're needing to receive more instead of, we need to accept what's there. We need to accept what's happened in order to be able to come together. This is like the nurturing, like mother energy. This is the practicality. This is, all of this coming together. And so we're needing to communicate. We're learning how to communicate with people better. We're learning not to be so hurtful. We're learning not to act from a place of hurt. We're actually learning how to integrate I feel like that's kind of more of that like hurt. We're learning how to integrate that self-love so that we can be giving, because we need to be able to have this ability to give later. So I feel like the part that's rising up, we don't have a full moon in Taurus until September, October sometime, maybe November. Sometime in that area, we'll have this full moon, and that could just be speaking to that energy around that time. Like maybe we're going to be really in need of support for each other at that time. So we need to start being more practical about what we're going to do to make things different, because we seemed so much more divided. We seem to have like the two sides, and now we're trying to learn how to come together again, because we are all one. We are, sisterhood, brotherhood, tribe, whatever your word is for that, village. We're finding this again. We're finding how to support each other as this cycle comes to an end. So surrendering to what's been difficult, taking in the lessons, seeing this wonderment again, seeing the lightheartedness again, and seeing what it is that, forgot about this too. I got this kombucha today, and because it was rainbow, it's a limited edition, but it's like, love wins. So yeah, coming together because love wins. I know this is for Pride, but I feel like this speaks for everyone as well. Like, love is going to win over everything. And we need to start communicating with each other again, start connecting. Like, this phase just went through where we were really disconnected in a lot of senses, but it was beautiful to see how everyone tried to stay connected. And we need to keep that going. How are we going to keep that going moving forward? Okay? All right. So that energy to me felt like a little bit jumbled. It was kind of hard to really verbalize like what I was seeing here. And I think that's because it's so new. We're all still figuring it out. And so we don't know what it's going to look like just yet. We kind of just have to surrender and let it happen. But keep talking about your feelings. Keep talking about what it is that you need. Be giving to yourself and be really nurturing and receptive to others. So not only be giving to yourself, receptive to yourself, but receptive to others, to actually listening and hearing them out. Take down your defenses. Stop trying to be so hurtful. Stop trying to hurt each other. Okay? And this could also maybe be a warning to, like, maybe there's hurtful people in your environment as well. Or some particular person who was being hurtful to you. And this is saying to find that self-love again and to, you know, see the silver lining in it, maybe. See the silver lining, you know, seeing both sides of just like, okay, this is what I experienced, but what did I learn from this? Okay? And that can be personal, a person in your life, or just this whole experience that we've gone through together, okay? Yeah. And I've been seeing the 3, just 3, 3, 3. Lots of 3s. 3 is change. So we're doing things differently, and we're learning how to change. Be gentle with yourself. Be really, really gentle with yourself. Okay? Yeah. Allow yourself to receive. Hathor was also the, I think she was the one related with an ox head or a cow. And so this kind of more like mother nurturing energy. Lots of mother nurturing. We need to learn, I don't want to say learn to be more feminine, although we are starting to step more into a feminine phase, because this super masculine, like patriarchal thing we know is not working for us anymore. So we're learning how to connect again from the heart space. Okay. I think that's all I have for you. If that really resonated with you, if you have any particular questions or just really felt like you wanted to share your side of your experience with that reading, you can subscribe, like, comment below. You can also share with others. I appreciate all of you guys checking in on that. If you want a more personal reading for what this new moon is going to look like for you, you can also reach out to me for that. All of my readings and sessions are donation based. To those of you who were looking for coaching spots, I have currently filled all of them, so I will not be taking on any more new clients at this time unless one spot opens up. Till then, I will share that for later. But if you feel like tipping or donating, I will also include the links below to my Cash Apps, everything that you can send money to. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you, and enjoy this. Find the enjoyment, find the wonderment in everything. Okay? So thanks again. We'll see you next time. Bye.